Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode, and we are stoking those conspiracy theory flames with this story that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. Episodes brought to you by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company. They are the best. Link in the description below. Grab a bar of soap from them. More on them in a second. Frankie C is here with us. You can see him. What's up, Frankie C?
What's going on?
Jay Sams is here with us. You cannot see her.
Oh.
She was thrown into a vat of chemicals by Batman, so it'll be a little while till we get a good look at her again. So,
plus we've been reading your comments, and nobody wants to see
exactly
Jay Sab's crazy faces anyway.
Nobody likes my faces. Nobody likes my face.
Today. She must be really high on meth today. All right.
Right.
So there was this other YouTube channel called ABQ Raw, and supposedly he found this ranch in New Mexico and thinks it's Jeffrey Epstein's, and went there and shot a video of a guy who he believes to be Jeffrey Epstein, that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. Now, just conservatively...
That's backwards, Frank.
Damn it. It's supposed to say dumb.
I guess you
Damn
are. Dumb.
Stupid. I'm not writing it backwards.
You have to.
Okay.
So do you, first of all, conservatively, like how many people do you think actually believe he's still alive?
I'd say 25%. I mean, there's a possibility.
I think it's way higher than that. I would say 50, 60, 70% of people probably.
Really?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I don't know if I'm just jaded because we're so in this, and I'm not sure, but I would say
well, here's my thing. I love conspiracy theories now. Like, they're my favorite things to look up, like, no joke. But I also think that Tupac is alive. So don't laugh at me. You can't see me, but I'm giving you the finger now.
I'll take it. Look, we all love a good conspiracy theory. By the way, our own Tim is cooking up a conspiracy theory podcast where we are just going to go running down like the 10 most, interesting conspiracy theories. We're going to actually put that together very, very soon. So stick around for that. So we all love conspiracy theories, and I think the Tupac one in particular is super interesting because there has been so many sightings of Tupac. There has been so many, drops of new music.
Right. It's like, so you believe it, kind of, maybe? Frank is still pondering this. Look at his face.
I know. We lost Frank.
He needs to be let back in, he said. It's very interesting.
But what I find but I like that you bring up Tupac because he's a good blueprint for other conspiracy theories of people that are not dead who we think are dead. And, over the years, and you could look this up, there's been so many sightings. There's been a lot of evidence. For Epstein, we've all heard people talk about, oh, Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. And if that's what you believe, I in no way feel comfortable going, you're insane. He's clearly like, no way can I definitively make that statement and feel good about it at the end of the day. So I'm okay with people thinking he's alive, but what we've been lacking is any sort of real hardcore firm evidence. I mean, people have said things don't make sense. We've heard the coroner say you can't possibly kill yourself in this scenario. With what he had, we've got some things which was what's fueled this fire, which is fun to talk about. But this is our first real concrete hardcore like sighting. You know what I mean? And I want to show you the video to see like if you guys think that this is really like Jeffrey Epstein, because again, it can't look exactly like what he looked like.
Right. Because he has to disguise himself somewhat, right?
Right. He's got, yeah. And which begs the question of like, he should probably look completely different from how, we've been seeing him. But anyway, so this guy went around and he was filming this like huge ranch and he was saying all this crazy stuff. And what I find super interesting about this too is he's there's not a lot to this, but yet it got picked up by everybody. Like every major news outlet went and like started running with this guy's thing. They didn't want to link his YouTube channel, which I found pretty interesting. They didn't want to link his YouTube channel, but they had to cite him to give him credit, which is weird because if you're the Newsday, the New York Times or whatever, Newsmax. If you're a real media outlet, you tend to. I'm trying to get my hardest to get Frank back here, but it's just not working. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah. All right. We'll try again in a minute. All right. Anyway, Janine, I'll show you the video and you let me know what you think. So this guy, he's fine. He's flying. And again, this is courtesy of ABQ Raw. And we'll put a link in the description to his madness video. So this is the ranch in New Mexico that he's at, and there's the truck that he believes Epstein was in. Now, he went there to do a protest. Oh, okay, here we go. Got Frankie C back here.
Took him that long to draw.
He returned.
I actually drew it pretty quickly, but it took a while for me to get back on.
That's what she said.
All right, Frank. So here we are. So this guy went out and he took a drone shot of this huge ranch in New Mexico. You can see the grounds there. You can see the building right there. And they went there, and he believes this is Epstein's compound. And he went and did a protest, which you'll see him do in a second. And again, this is ABQ Raw's footage, so we'll credit them, and we'll put a link in the description. Click on it if you can.
Did he capture any evidence of someone that looks like Epstein?
So here he is. Yep, he believes that Epstein is in this red truck right here, this pickup truck, and he filmed him, and he said that the guy took a picture of him. If you can see,
if you can move it to your left, I can't see half your screen.
So there's the guy in the cab. You can see he's holding up a cell phone, and he thinks that guy who's Epstein is taking a picture of him in the red pickup. I'll give another second here because he gets a little bit closer to.
Yeah, I kind of have a picture of Bigfoot too. It's just as clear.
All right, so there's the guy.
Yeah, that's anybody on the planet.
He's not. There's Epstein. Yeah, he's not. The guy. Does the guy resemble Epstein? Yes. Yes, he does.
That's way too. Number one, it's kind of blurry. It's dark. A lot of people, I think, can look like Epstein.
Well, when's the last time you saw a beautiful high res shot of Bigfoot? Okay, they're always blurry and dark and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Frank is a non-believer.
No, that's not true. I think there's some crap out there we haven't
Drink the Kool-Aid, Frank. Believe it's him.
I want to believe in Bigfoot. I want them to find Bigfoot. I really do.
What about Tupac, Frank? What's your take on Tupac?
Oh, he's alive.
Oh, you do think so? Okay.
Oh, he's out there.
But what I was saying to Janine was,
great.
It was interesting that all the huge outlets picked up this story from this relatively small YouTuber, and it only has like 36,000 views on it, and that's probably in the last couple of days. He's only got 3,000 subscribers, this ABQ Raw. He's clearly a conspiracy theory kind of a guy. And there, I mean, he's organized this whole thing, and like, credit to him. He's doing, I'm not taking anything away from him. Like, he's got an idea. He's documenting it. He's putting it out there. But as I was just telling to Janine, for the New York Times and the New York Post and, all the British papers to pick up on this story and run with it, and they credited him with the video, but they didn't link him. They didn't link his video. It was very interesting to me that mainstream media picked it up. And
it's weird. I think it's just another thing to keep it in the headlines. I mean, it's out there, man. I don't know. I feel like, how close is that ranch to Roswell, New Mexico? It's in New Mexico, right? I mean, we're close.
Good point.
Probably within a few miles, maybe. I would say maybe it's an alien.
Yeah,
maybe it's an alien dressed up like a guy. He saw that Epstein's face was available now. It's not being used anymore. So now this alien looks like Epstein.
I mean, look, it could be. I'm not saying that it's not, but let's play a little fun, and because this is what conspiracy theories are all about. If you're Jeffrey Epstein and you're a gazillionaire, okay, and you're part of whatever criminal enterprise that you were a part of, realistically, is New Mexico the place? Is that where you're going, to New Mexico?
That's not where I'm going.
Come on.
No, you're
going out of the
beautiful
country
island.
first.
Right.
Yeah, where did you say, Janine?
A beautiful island, the Bahamas.
Exactly.
St. Lucia.
You already have experience in islands, okay? You go buy one farther away. That's a little bit more.
There are thousands of islands.
You buy one
in Fiji that haven't been explored by man. You just go there. There are a million places you could disappear to if you wanted to disappear, and you're a bajillionaire. I mean, New Mexico is not the place. I mean, that is a huge house, but
right.
Unless he's keeping in touch with people, and that's very dangerous. I mean, how many people could you keep in touch with and still keep it a secret?
And if you've seen that this guy is kind of stalking you out and doing protests and things like that, would you be the one to go drive up in the truck and snap a photo of the protests that are going on? I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, you got to figure, jigs up. I'm out of here.
Right.
That guy's not. If it is Epstein, after seeing that guy on his front lawn, I'm not. You're not there anymore. He's gone.
No, not at all. And plus, also back to the alien thing.
Okay.
If you are to transform into a person, you would not want to look like Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, maybe.
Am I right?
Maybe the alien didn't read up on the whole Epstein thing.
That's a good point.
Maybe. I mean, they are smarter than us. It probably takes them a second to write dumb backwards.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. Well, you made that comment about people making fun of me on YouTube, so I had to get you back.
The B was the hard part because I wasn't sure if it was going to look like a B or a D. I didn't know which side to put the loop on.
I'm not going to lie to you. I still don't know. I'm still confused. I don't know how you did it.
First it was this.
The Times brought up this other interesting conspiracy theory that's running around, that Epstein at one point revealed a plan to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at this exact ranch.
Oh my
God.
Now, I love this idea.
This is Anthony's level of conspiracy theory that I like. Let me start my own.
That's another layer you didn't give us before. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he had plans for this ranch already?
Well, I mean, it's not even necessarily the location that even matters. It's more that his plan was to create an army, a family. I don't even
That's a whole lot of jism.
I mean, first of all, I don't even know. It's got to be a matter of public record who owns that ranch, right?
I guess so, but it could be under it could be under holding companies. It could be,
I like that. I like that conspiracy theory better, to be honest.
So that
Let's
adds
go
a
with that
little
one.
to it. So there was conspiracy theory that he wanted to do this, or he said he wanted to do this.
What do you mean?
Like,
I
in
think
other
that it
words,
was.
did you say that Epstein had plans to do this, or it's a conspiracy theory that he was planning to do the
Sources,
Epstein army thing?
yes, sources told the New York Times that Epstein revealed plans to do this. By the way, so just to clarify, because I want to, maybe I said it wrong earlier because I was frantically trying to get Frank back on the podcast. That is his ranch.
That is an
Oh, it is.
Epstein-owned
Okay.
ranch.
That is the New Mexico property. Yes. I wasn't 100% sure because the guy didn't say in the video, but that's his, or was his at one point.
Well, now that there's a spotlight thrown on that ranch, if that house isn't empty by now, he's an idiot. Well, he's an idiot anyway, but he's also not smart.
Yeah. I mean, does that
why
change
would you go to
anything?
New Mexico.
The fact that it's definitely his place, does that change anything? How you feel about it?
Kind of. But maybe the guy knew that. Obviously, he knew that was his place, and he just wanted to take a picture of someone that looked like him.
But I mean,
it could be a relative, right? I'm sure his relatives probably resemble him a little bit, right?
God, I hope not.
If you're Epstein and you've gone through all of this, do you go back to your own place to friggin' lamb it? Like,
no, you know what? He might, because he thinks he can do whatever he wants to do,
I mean, maybe, and it's so blatantly obvious. And I guess I get what you're saying, Janine, because some of the other things that he's done has been flat out insane. That you would look at that and go, how did any human being try and do this? But that being said, I just, like, if you're on the run from everybody, I don't understand how you go back to your own home to just friggin' hang out.
You know what, though? If we're buying into this a little bit, and you somehow faked your death and got away with that and got out of police custody that way, you would assume that you would have to have a cooperation of the people holding you, which would be the government, the
Right.
police.
Yep.
So those people would, I guess, look the other way. If he's not worried about being in police custody anymore, then Janine is right. He could do whatever he wants.
He can, but how smart is it?
Right?
How smart is it to do this, to go back to where in 2020, where people have drones, tons of free time with nothing
for
better
the general
to do?
public. Yeah, if you're under the general public's eye, that's not smart. If he doesn't have to worry about the police, then whatever. But if people are going to spot him, the average person is looking for him, then that's a problem, because he doesn't have the average person under his thumb.
Let me just say this. This is already such a ridiculous set of circumstances. If we actually found an alive Jeffrey Epstein, I feel like the world would be...
everything is in question then.
It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like even more so than the election. Like, if widespread election fraud came up, I think that would have less of an impact on the world than we found this guy and it's been proven through DNA tests that this is actually, in fact, an alive Jeffrey Epstein. That would be...
Well, probably everyone except a certain friend of ours, but... I mean, yeah, that would be...
There's no recovering from that.
Some news.
There's no, because, and I say this because the election is an American issue. Finding this guy alive that's worldwide. That's
also an American issue.
It is, but
we're the ones we're holding him. He died in our custody from an apparent suicide, and then everybody who held him, the government, the police, they all said, "Hey, he's dead."
Yeah, it is, but it's a lot, because as bad as an election fraud would be, there's not good intentions, but you could understand the intentions behind that. Somebody wants to win an election. What would the intentions be to keep this SOB alive? Like, there's no
money
explanation.
That's terrible. That's the only thing it could be. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
probably
like
money.
it's all bad. No matter what,
Yeah.
it's all bad. Keeping
Right.
him alive and faking his death, whatever it is, whatever the reason is, it's not a good reason.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine any other reason than money or some kind of threat that he poses.
Knowing my luck, this guy is legitimately still alive, and Biggie is actually dead, and that's just the way my world's been going the last few years.
Right.
Which would be
Then
Right.
life would really suck.
that would really
Or
suck.
there is stuff that like would be exposed were he really dead.
What do you mean?
Like when someone dies, like the safe deposit boxes are open, everything's opened, everything's unsealed, everything's kind of, maybe there's a thing that's in case I die, this stuff is revealed. Do you know what I mean? But officially he's dead.
He's dead.
I mean, on books, on paper, he's dead. I mean, that's
there's a to your point.
So
There's
everything's
a death
open.
certificate. Yeah, there is a death certificate. for that.
Is there an autopsy report? Is there photos? Is there anything like that?
There was, and that's how we know that there was the one doctor or whatever you call these people that said that like, oh, his thing wouldn't have gotten crushed that way if he did it. That like, that's where all some of the
Right.
a lot of that stuff started.
Okay,
happening.
so I know. Remember, he all of his properties and stuff were left to his brother.
Yes.
His estranged brother. They didn't, they weren't associated with each other anymore.
I don't know if they were estranged, but definitely his brother. Yes.
Okay, so I would imagine that his brother would look something like him.
Yep.
So this could just be his brother at his property now.
It could be. Yeah, it could be his brother. We don't know I don't even know what his brother looks like.
I don't know what his brother looks like. I don't feel like putting Epstein into my search history right now, but I don't really feel like looking him up. But seriously, that could just be a relative of his visiting his newly acquired property.
I can't be Googling Epstein right now. My taxes aren't exactly in line.
I really don't want to Google Epstein at the moment or at any time.
Yeah, I mean, it would be crazy, but I'm gonna when we do our
I'll do it. What the hell?
When we do our conspiracy theory podcast while Frank's Googling Epstein's brother, we're gonna have Tim put this on the list because we're gonna dive deeper into Epstein creating his own, what would you call it, family, army of people? Like what would they do? I don't even. But this to me, Janine, get me tell me if I'm wrong here. This to me seems exactly like I think this is exactly what billionaires think about, like in the course of their week. Like Tuesday comes around and they're kind of like, I don't know, should I impregnate a shit ton of women and start my own like clan? I feel like this is what crazy rich people start thinking about.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely.
Right? Like, I mean, that's just kind of where you like, I mean, there's a lot of football players and, other like hip hop artists. I feel like I've seen people try and do this before where they just got like 20 kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely said that.
I forget who the football guy was, but he was on Hard Knocks. Might have been Chad Ochocinco, but I could be wrong about that. I don't want to misspeak, but some of these football guys feel the same exact way. I feel like the football players, they look at themselves as horses to a degree. They're like, let me breed myself as much as possible, and then I'll create 2 or 3 more NFL players out of this whole deal and keep the money train rolling.
I mean, is it such a bad thing? Really?
No, I think it's good strategy. I wish I was thinking like that before I got together with my wife and produced short, non-athletic, I'm not sure about the intelligence just yet, offspring. Basically.
Are you insulting your wife right now?
And his kids.
No, what I'm saying is no, you could have put me with the perfect specimen and I would have still dragged down the gene pool a bit. That's basically what I'm saying.
You would have got a herd of Danny DeVitos instead of Arnold Schwarzeneggers. I got you.
There was nothing my wife could have done to save it. Yeah.
So here is his brother, and I think this disproves the whole conspiracy theory because it's close.
Is it?
You can see him. Can you see it? It's a little blown out.
Yeah, give it a second to kind of adjust a little there. It's very bright. Oh, now I'm just seeing myself.
Oh, my screenshot off. Okay.
All right.
Can you?
It's not going to show. It's too bright.
It's too
Why
bright.
Is that so bright?
Can you lessen it? Can you dull it?
Let me see.
How does a non-iPhone work? Is there a crank on the
I was
back
gonna
or
say
something?
you probably have
There is
to
a crank
call a number.
to
Take
wind it. There
take
we
one
go.
of the AA batteries out. Oh, okay.
We're getting closer.
Put it up closer. Put it up way closer. Right now it looks like the. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's probably. It could be his brother. That looks exactly like
His
the
brother.
guy.
Wait, you think that they look alike?
No,
I
but
don't think
The
that they look
glasses
alike
off.
at all.
I think that looks like the guy that was in the truck.
Exactly.
Man,
And this
maybe
is,
not. I don't know.
professional
I don't know. Could be Jeffrey.
photography shot on a red carpet somewhere.
Yeah.
The guy, is just a silhouette basically in in that shot of that random guy took from how far away.
How do we know Janine's not Epstein, and that's why she doesn't want to be on camera today?
Aha.
My mask has shown.
It's conspiracy theory starting to hit real close to home. I'm getting uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, I hope they find
Bend
Bigfoot.
over.
That's all I got to say.
Why
That
is
would be awesome.
By the way, it took me up until 3 seconds ago to realize that Frank today is hanging a snack tray on his wall. Why is it a snack tray
Oh my
today?
god.
It's a snack tray today because I saw a snack tray and I said, this is hangable. It's actually quite fantastic because that coat rack is holding up a big deal of weight because that snack tray is heavy.
That looks like a 90s snack tray that's like 40 pounds on itself. I don't get it.
It's got that fake marble look.
Yeah.
It's not actually marble, but it's heavy. It's like solid wood, this thing. And it's got to be at least 20 pounds.
I'm envious, man. I got one of those 3M tabs, and I've been trying to hang a cardboard Christmas sign that's been falling every day for the last 4 days. So I don't know how you've done that.
That
Use
coat
two
rack
more.
is in with
Use two more.
gigantic screws into the studs. It's like it's up there for good.
Fucking Janine, that's the strategy. This keeps falling. Let's add 2 more. Maybe it'll fall less then.
Let me tell you something. Same thing kept happening to me, so I added 2 more and it was fine.
And it worked. I can't keep anything on this wall to save my. I don't know what it is. The wall's messed up, or I don't know. But
You know what? You know what's funny? This wall, if you look at the other side of the wall in the other room, I put a 3M hook up there, and I hung. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was like an ornament of some kind of welcome, because that's the front door, and you walk in, and there's a thing there, and it was a hook on the wall, and it fell off, and it pulled the paint off. So now, on the other side of this wall is a spot about this big that there's no paint. It's just a big, like
Oh, yeah, I
it's
definitely
white
believe that.
under the blue paint.
dear gods of podcasts, nothing would make me happier if that stupid fucking snack table fell right now. That
Just
would
fell right now.
be so great for the show.
I'm telling you, it's not going anywhere.
So great for the show. All right, this episode was sponsored by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company. If you need a Christmas gift, Hanukkah gift, Kwanzaa gift for this holiday season, what's the other one? Festivus? Whatever you need, grab it over at Hero Soap Company's website. Link in the description below. Best soap that I've ever had in my entire life. You buy a bar, they send a bar over to the troops, and then they take a little bit out of their own kick and they give it to people who build homes for veterans mortgage free.
Wow. What are you laughing about?
Exactly. It is not dumb to buy Hero Soap Company. They also have subscriptions available. People have been writing me. If I had any sort of gumption or drive, I would be screenshotting all the messages I'm getting from people that are like, I bought the soap, I love it, I'm getting my uncle a subscription, I'm getting my brother a subscription, because then boom, like $100 and you're done for the whole year. They get fresh soap all year long, and you save
stuff.
money, and it's none the wiser, and you're helping out, and it's just a great thing. So look into that subscription when you go on over there. If you're not a bar guy or girl, they do have body wash now, and they do have a really nice box, so you could wrap it up
That's what
real
she
nice for the holidays.
Just waiting for it. You just set that one right up.
You paused too, so sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm slow on
Really
the draw,
nice.
and everybody else is very quick
Box.
today, which is good for the audience. So
That's what
go
she
ahead and click on the link in the description of this episode and order yourself some Hero Soap Company for the holidays. You guys have anything else for this episode?
I'm good. It's getting darker right now, and this is weird. We're doing a late one today.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm looking. I like these dark ones, these at night ones. As we get into the winter season, it's gonna get darker and colder, and I don't know. This is a nice thing to listen to. Thanks, to everybody for listening.
I wonder.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting and pulling my apart.
Pulling your what apart? I don't know.
Oh, we lost Janine. She's parenting. I was gonna say, leave a comment below what time that you watch or listen to the podcast. I'd love to know because come 2021, we might settle it into a permanent time slot and figure that out. So let me know what time you guys partake.
It's the first we're hearing about this, by the way.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I quit.
Anthony made that decision.
Well,
we have no idea about any of this.
Things are shifting by me, so there might be some changes and stuff. So we'll see. But
don't worry about our schedules. It's fine. Whatever you got to do, Anthony.
Exactly.
Whatever you do, don't worry about us.
Well, it's funny. We put these out at night for the most part, and then a lot of people though wait till the next morning to listen on their way into work. So
true.
Who's going to work?
People still go to work.
My husband does.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Right, that's 1 out of 6 of us.
All right, that's it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Comment below what time you usually watch or listen to the podcast. I'd love to see that. And what time you'd rather, or if you're like, hey, I watch it at this time, but I'd rather watch it this time. Let me know there too. We'll
right.
If enough people say the same time, we'll switch it.
We'll definitely switch it.
That's what she said. See, it didn't work when I did it.
Oh,
doesn't work.
No.
You're not a master of that yet.
Catch you on the next episode.